Welcome. It is Build Your Wealth with Trajan Wealth featuring Jeff Jr. And we're glad you're here. And we're outside. I can smell somebody smoking a cigar over there. There's car noises. There's dogs. But we're having a nice time.
We are.
It's nice getting out of the office.
It is.
Although you like working in that office.
I do, but I like getting out. This is wonderful.
Yeah.
It's not too hot yet.
No. When you were younger, did all you think about was how I can skip through the work part of my life and then just go into retirement?
No, I really like the work part.
Yeah.
You know, for me, I really enjoyed the work part. I was always thinking of what to do.
Right.
What can I do on a business? You know, I'd set up lemonade stands. I'd I'd buy and sell garbage pail kids. And, remember those cards? Garbage pail kids?
Yes.
Baseball cards.
So you're an entrepreneur at heart.
I really was.
I was the same way. Do you remember? I'm older than you. I remember when Pop Rocks came out.
Oh, I love Pop Rocks.
For a while, it was like impossible to get them. And I found a store like 20 miles away, and I took the bus, and I would sell handfuls of Pop Rocks to classmates.
Right.
And like quadruple my money.
Do they still make Pop Rocks?
They do.
Do they?
Oh, yeah. But today's generation got a whole new plan. It's called FIRE. FIRE. And it's financial independence, retire early, right? You've heard about this.
Financial independence, retire early, I have.
So what's the concept here? Do you get it?
Well, I do. I mean, the general concept here is just to really grind. You know, you oftentimes see this people in their 30s or maybe even the 40s. There's a lot to be said about the millennial generation, but that's generally where we see this happening right now. But it's just grind. Work 2 jobs, 3 jobs, as much as you can possibly muster. Live very modestly, really don't have a life, save as much as you possibly can, and then retire in your 30s, retire in your 40s. That's the general
That's
concept.
the idea.
Yeah,
now,
that's the idea.
I mean, every time I've heard of that, you know, people want to do that. They'll go, you know, hey, I retired, I'm in my 30s, and then I'll hear from them, you know, hey, I'm 35, I'm having a hard time getting back into the workforce. Does it work?
It's yet to be determined, I'd say, if it works. You know, who knows? You know, we're just kind of learning about this concept right now, and it's just really kind of started to take on. So.
As a guy that really focuses on retirement stuff, do you think that this is a concept that you would endorse?
It could be, but I don't know how working 2 or 3 jobs. I mean, if you're working 2 or 3 jobs, I'd venture to say that those 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 jobs aren't the highest paying jobs. That's why you're working 2, 3, 4 of them. So I don't know what kind of lifestyle you have in the 10 to 15 years while you're working them, for one. You know, what it's going to do to your overall health or state of mind.
Right.
And then really what kind of money that you can save, especially to... You know, with the advancements in medicine, I mean, these people who are retiring at 34, 35, 36, they might actually live until 100.
Right.
You know, that is an awful long time to live on money that you have saved and invested for only the last, let's say, 15 to 20 years from more minimum wage paying jobs.
Right.
So who knows? It could work. It depends on their lifestyle. Right. You know, like any kind of retirement, it really depends on the lifestyle that you want to leave or live in your retirement.
You know, you mentioned living to 100. They're actually talking about, there's a number of life extension people and doctors and things, and they're talking about the next generations could be living literally to 120. And one of the concerns they talk about is, you know, you retire at 65, man, you're only halfway there.
Right.
And that's a difficulty. Well, we're kind of joking about it. Let's take it seriously for a second. How would you suggest somebody who's in this idea for this lifestyle, is there any tricks or suggestions that you would give them to be able to retire early?
I don't know that there's a trick that they wouldn't have thought about. I mean, the whole goal is to work as hard as you possibly can, make as much as you possibly can within a short period of time, and retire in your mid-30s or mid-40s. So it really comes down to what kind of jobs are you working to be able to bring in the kind of income that you need to be able to do it. So finding the jobs that's going to pay you a boatload of money within that short period of time, that's the way to do it.
Right, okay. I mean, for me personally, I think about vacations, and that's great, and what retirement could be, but man, most of my great experiences in life was the journey of the work experience.
I would agree. And where do you meet a lot of people? Where do you meet a lot of your friends? They're coworkers. You know, you hang out with them, you get to know them. I think at that age you've got so much energy. So I wouldn't know what to do with myself if it wasn't for working.
Right.
You know, I love working. It's just kind of who I am. So to me, it's not a lifestyle I personally could ever do. If it's for some people, I say, hey, great, more power to you.
Right. And if you're into that and it's working for you, we'd love to hear from you.
We would.
Right?
Yeah, that would
Just
be great.
send us an email. We'd love to hear about it.
About how you did it.
Let's see. Let's see here. Is there anything that you can take away that they're doing that you would suggest for people who aren't living that lifestyle, but maybe could learn from them?
Yes. I think one of the things, that's a great question, actually. I think one of the things with just people who aren't in this FIRE, they're not financially independent, retiring early state of mind, it's still starting as early as you possibly can. And just starting to save. A lot of people, they say, I can't afford a financial advisor. Well, what does that mean? I've also heard I've seen different people on TV saying investing is for the rich. That's just not the case. Investing is for everyone. Hiring a financial advisor is for everyone. The whole goal is to save a little, or as little as you possibly, or as much as you possibly can, even if it's a little, as early as you can. So even if you're in your early 20s or even as a teenager, save as much as you can, even if it's $5 a month or $10 a month or $25 a month. My dad told me the hardest part about saving and investing is just starting.
Right.
And he was absolutely right. That's the hardest part, is just starting. It doesn't take a lot to start. It can literally take $1. It can literally take $5 or $10, but get started. And the sooner you do it, the better off you're going to be. And I think a lot of these FIRE people can really teach that to the general population.
And I would think that it's really easy to spend money these days. Starbucks is $6. Amazon is one click away. Is there a secret that you have to remind yourself or somebody else? Maybe don't just buy everything when it seems like you want it right now.
I don't know that there's a secret per se, but I think it's just self-discipline. It really comes down to self-discipline and being disciplined. Do you really need a Starbucks every day? I'd say probably not. Probably not. Maybe cut back to one every other day.
McDonald's is selling for $1, right?
And then that $5 or $6 that you're saving every other day, put that into an investment. Just start. It's all about starting, and the sooner you do it, the better off you're going to be. When my son was very young, one thing that I really got him involved with investing doing was in one of our offices, we had a vending machine.
Okay.
And so I bought him that vending machine, and what we'd do every week is we'd go to Costco and we'd buy the supplies to fill up the vending machine. We'd count the money, so I taught him P&L. It was kind of a great exercise.
And there's good money in those.
And there can be good money.
Yeah.
The intention wasn't to make money. It was more so to teach Connor the value of, here's the cost of goods, here's what we put in the vending machine, here's what we sell it for, and here's the net result.
Did it work?
I think it worked.
Yeah.
I don't think it hurt.
Yeah.
He was still pretty young.
I love it. It's creative. I like it.
Creative. That's right.
I like it. All right. Well, the FIRE lifestyle may not be for everybody. I never even heard of it, but it's interesting, and there's things both sides can learn from each other in that.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
And one thing you can learn if you're thinking about retiring is maybe get a professional. Doing it all by yourself is difficult. Trajan Wealth is a place I would suggest they go.
I'd suggest that as well. Thank you.
It's kind of a tee up. Now you're supposed to tell them why.
Oh, well, let me tell you a little bit about Trajan Wealth. Thanks for teeing me up, Rusty. So Trajan Wealth is a full-service financial planning firm, and we act as fiduciaries. We're not brokers, so meaning we're not incentivized to sell you a product. Our goal is to teach, educate, and empower you. And the way we get paid is the more money that you make on your investments, the more that we make. So again, we're incentivized to grow your portfolio. Also, I'll mention another company, a sister company called Trajan Estate. And what Trajan Estate is, it's a full-service law firm. So not only do we help our clients with saving for their retirement and investing, but we also have a full staff of estate planning attorneys who can help you with things like trusts and wills. Because one thing I didn't know was a will does not avoid probate. A will does not avoid probate. So that's where a properly structured and executed trust comes into play.
Okay, you said it was a full-service law firm, so if I get in a car accident, should I call them?
No, we're not.
Okay.
We're estate planning focused.
Okay.
And that's actually a good point, because a lot of firms who do trusts and wills, they have multiple areas of practice. Trajan Estate, however, only focus on estate planning. And that's what our attorneys are specialists in.
I like that. All right. Well, if you like this show, and I hope you do, we appreciate you being here. Would you please subscribe and also hit the notifications so you don't miss any of the programs? Jeff's really given some great information here, and you don't want to miss it. And you might want to share it with a loved one, family, friend, whatever. We sure appreciate you. Until next time, my name is Rusty Humphries. He's Jeff Jr., and this is Build Your Wealth with Trajan Wealth featuring Jeff Jr.
Investment advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor.